Good day, ma'am. Good day, everyone. So, our topic is all about the Nano world. I am Pakanya Mariel, and together with me is Miss Liman Baby Claire, Sarzad Jean, and Sigaring Jihandra. Introduction. The use of nanoscale is important interdisciplinary area generated by advancement in science and technology. Scientists and engineers were able to build materials with innovative properties as they manipulate nanomaterials. So, as we go on through our topic, malalaman natin dito why it is important interdisciplinary area in the field of science and technology. Terms used with reference to the nano world. First is nano. Is a prefix used to describe the sizes of the order of 1 billionth of a meter. So nano, prefix ng nano is nanometer with a scientific notation of 1 times 10 raised to negative 9 meters. So nano is from the Greek word nanos meaning dwarf. Next is nanoscience, refers to the scientific study of materials of nanometer sizes, 1 billionth of a meter. So, ito yung structures and molecules on the scale of nanometers from 1 billion to 100 nanometers. And yun, yung technology na gagamitin natin like devices is called nanotechnology. So next is nanotechnology. Refers to various technologies to produce materials of extra high precision and dimensions on scale of 1 billion of a meter. It implies the ability to generate and utilize structures, components, and devices with a size of range from about 0.1 nanometer to 100 nanometers or larger in some situations. So, by control at atomic, molecular, and macromolecular levels. So, it means that ang nanotechnology, ito yung mga structures or technologies na magagamit para sa correct measurements from 1 billionth of meters. Next is nanomaterials. Denote divided matter, exhibit properties entirely different from bulk materials and constitute materials of the future. So this means that the nanomaterials are different from the common nanomaterials which can be used in the future. So a piece of solid matter, for example, is a metal containing an Avogadro number of atoms and go on dividing it to smaller bits. So it will ultimately end up with an atom of the substance. So, yung Avogadro number is the number of particles in one mole in any substance. So, for example, yung metal. So, imagine the metal dividing it into smaller pieces than with an Avogadro number. So, maliit talaga siya, guys. Ang nanomaterials na magagamit sa future for the nano world. So, just imagine our hair. Yung hair natin is wider pa to siya. Mas malaki pa to siya kaysa sa nanomaterials na naka-divide sa Avogadro number. So, it means that yung Avogadro number is maliit talaga siya. Ito na yung nanomaterials na magagamit natin sa nano world. So next is nanoparticles. Very tiny particles containing 100 to 10,000 atoms. Such particles with diameter of 1 to 50 nanometers. So and also, nanoparticles exist in our natural world kasi ginagamit siya sa variety of areas like sa medicine and engineering. For medicine kasi it helps detection of proteins than yung sa DNA and for tissue engineering. Nanotechnology refers to the science, engineering, and technology conducted at the nanoscale, which is about 1 to 100 nanometers. Nanoscience and nanotechnology employs the study and application of exceptionally small things in other areas of science including material science, engineering, physics, biology, and chemistry. So, ito yung isang group ng atoms wherein it is collective term for a range of technologies, techniques, and process that involve in manipulation of matter at the smallest size from 1 to 100 nanometers. So, ito din yung nagko-control ng mga atoms and molecules to create new system or devices per according to their size. Kasi ko-compress man yan sila yung mga atoms Then, pero depende pa rin sa sizes from small to bigger. Then, doon nagkakaroon ng new system for devices. Yun. So, this is Richard Feynman. The concept of nanotechnology and nanoscience started in December 29, 1959. So, he discussed a method in which scientists can direct and control individual atoms and molecules. In his talk, there's plenty of room at the bottom. So, during the American Physical Society meeting at the California Institute of Technology, so the term nanotechnology was coined by Professor Norio Taniguchi a decade after the dawn of the use of ultra-precision machining. So, yung ultra-precision machining is a process technology na magde-develop ng satisfying high-end cutting-edge products from surface roughness, accuracy to support the technology industries.
Afternoon everyone, my name is Jean Sarzad, the next reporter, and I'm going to discuss about how small the nanoscale is. So before we begin, let me first give a short definition about the nanoscale. Nanoscale, it is used to measure some of the smallest object known to a man. So the basic unit of measurement is called the nanometer, which is 1 billionth of conventional meter or 10 raised to negative 9 of meter. So bale sa 1 inch, there are already 25,400,000 of nanometers. So as you can see on your screen right now, a piece of paper is equivalent to 100,000 nanometer thick and the human hair is 80,000 nanometer wide or thick. The DNA is 2.5 nanometer in diameter and the gold atom is 0.3 of diameter or thick of a nanometer. As you observe based on the given example, nanometer is very small. Like kung i-compare pa natin ang nanometer sa meter is like comparing the earth to a marble. Another fun fact is yung 1 nanometer is just long as your fingernails grow in 1 second. Yes, that's right, 1 seconds lang. Imagine ganon lang kaliit ang nanometer and it cannot be seen by our naked eye. Now, I'm going to show you a short video presentation which I just got from YouTube, and this video will allow you all para mas maintindihan nyo yung nano world and how small the nanoscale is. So I think
a spider also harbors secrets. Spider silk thread is pound for pound stronger than steel, and yet completely elastic. Imagine what we might build if we could produce a synthetic version. The first step is getting a closer look at spider silk. The journey could take us all the way down to what we call the nano world. The silk is 100 times thinner than a human hair. On it, there's bacteria. Near the bacteria, 10 times smaller, a virus. Inside that, 10 times smaller, 3 strands of its DNA. And nearing the limit of our most powerful microscopes, single carbon atoms. 4 of them are the size of 1 nanometer. Welcome to the nano world. This incomprehensibly small place is the new frontier. Exploring it will lead to huge changes in our lives. Our most advanced microscopes can now see this. Individual atoms, though fuzzy, proving years of scientific theory simulated here. And not only can we see them, with the tip of a powerful microscope, we can actually move atoms and begin to create amazing nano devices. Some could one day patrol your body for all kinds of diseases and clean out clogged arteries along the way. tiny chemical machines of the future may even repair DNA. One of the wildest things about the nano world, substances here behave differently than the same material does in our world. To us, gold is golden in color. But nano gold can be any color. It absorbs light and generates heat, leading to an idea. Injecting nano-sized gold particles into the bloodstream, which are chemically coated to attach to cancerous cells. An incoming laser beam heats the gold particles, burning the cells. The same breakable stuff found in pencil lead. At the nanoscale, it has mind-boggling strength. With it, we've created the world's thinnest material, graphene, 1 carbon atom thick. It's harder than diamonds, but nearly as flexible as rubber. Turned into a roll, it's called a carbon nanotube, one of the strongest and lightest materials on Earth.
I think after playing the video, may idea na kayo kung gaano ka-small ang nano world or scale. And then, diba, based on the video na napanood natin earlier, with the help of our most advanced microscope, we can now see the individual atoms clearly. And then nowadays, hindi lang natin kayang makita ito, but we could also move atoms and create nano devices. Now let's move on how to view the nanomaterial. So if you are wondering how science came up with that idea, it is because during the 1930s, scientists used special type of microscope to view minute nanomaterials. Scientists use electrons microscope and field microscope to look at the nanoscale. So there are 3 special type of microscope. First is we have the electron microscope. So this is a type of microscope utilize the particle of beam electrons to light up a specimen and develop a well-magnified image. This type of microscope produce a higher and better resolution compared than older light microscope kasi this microscope can magnify object up to million times, while yung conventional light microscope naman can magnify object only up to 1,500 only. So electron microscope was built by German engineers Ernst Ruska and Maxwell known in 1930s. Additionally, there are 2 types of electron microscope. We have the scanning electron microscope and the transmission electron microscope. So, ang main difference ng electron microscope, CEM, and the transmission electroscope or the TEM lies in their imaging techniques. Sa CEM, it focus on beam of electrons. Yung beam of electrons, it means or it refers to a stream or focus path of electron moving in a specific direction. Then, it scans the surface of a specimen and the resulting signals such as secondary electrons are used to create a detailed 3D image of specimen surface. So yung CEM is particularly ginagamit siya for studying the morphology and the surface feature of samples. On another hand naman, yung TEM transmit a beam of electrons through a thin specimen. Unlike sa CEM na it scans the surface of the specimen, and then TEM shows the interaction with the specimen, reveal details about its internal structure. TEM provides high-resolution image of internal structure, allowing for studying of cell organelles, nanoparticles, and other nanoscale features. So, parang overall, yung CM is good for ideal siya for surface imaging, while yung TM naman is nice siya or good siya in revealing internal structure at the nanoscale. Next, we have the atomic force microscope. So this is a type of high-resolution scanning probe microscope. This can achieve atomic scale resolution, allowing researchers to visualize and manipulate surfaces at the nanoscale. So meaning, itong atomic force microscope, kaya niyang i-move yung atoms into a specific patterns, gaya nung nasa video kanina. This microscope is particularly valuable for studying materials, biological samples, and nanoscale structures, providing insights into surface topography, mechanical properties, and interaction at the atomic level. So, itong atomic force microscope is parang just the combination of the CEM and yung TEM. So this microscope was first developed by George Binning, Calvin Quiet, and Christoph Gerber in 1986. Last but not the least, we have the scanning tunneling microscope. So this is a special type of microscope enables the scientists to view and manipulate the nanoscale particles, atoms, and small molecules. It operates by scanning a sharp metal tip extremely close to the sample surface. The tip detects the tunneling current that flows between the tip and the sample due to the quantum tunneling. So in 1986, George Binning and Heinrich Rober won the Nobel Prize in the physics because of his invention. So yung main difference between atomic force microscope and scanning tunneling microscope is they both operate in different principles. The STM relies on principle of electron tunneling between a sharp metal tip and a sample surface to create images, while yung AFM operates by scanning a sharp tip across a simple sample surface and measure the force acting between the tip and the surface.
Everyone, I'm the next reporter. So now we will tackle about the nano manufacturing. Nano manufacturing, it refers to scaled up, reliable, and cost-effective manufacturing of nanoscale materials, structures, devices, and systems. Therefore, nano manufacturing leads to the development of new products and improved materials. Yung nano manufacturing ay process of manipulating materials sa nanoscale para makagawa ng bagong structures and devices. Kasama din dito ang production ng materials, components, at system sa nanoscale with controlled features and properties. Ginagamit din ito sa larangan ng technology, medicine, and material science ang mga pamamaraang tulad ng nanopatterning, self-assembly, at molecular manufacturing para makagawa ng mga products with improved performance and functionality. One of the examples of nanomanufacturing ay yung paggawa ng nanomaterials para sa mga electronic devices, such as smaller and more efficient computer chips. Yung sinasabing computer chips, ito yung maliliit na electronic circuit, yung nakikita sa computer na made of semiconductors, usually composed of silicon, yung mga tiny components used to transmit electronic data signals. Yun yung computer chips. Sa pamamagitan ng techniques tulad ng nanopatterning at molecular manufacturing, maaaring makakreate ng mas mabilis at mas maliit na mga electronic components with improved performance. Another example din yung efficient energy storage devices like batteries and supercapacitors. Yun ang nano manufacturing. Sa nano manufacturing, there are two fundamental approach, either bottom-up or top-down. The bottom-up fabrication, it manufactures products by building them up atomic and molecular scale components. Ang bottom-up fabrication sa nanomanufacturing ay isa siyang method kung saan binubuo yung mga structures from smaller components or molecules. Instead na magsimula sa larger components and reshape pababa to a smaller scale, which is top-down approach, yung bottom-up fabrication nagsisimula sa maliit na units and assembles larger structure from them. Halimbawa dito ay ang self-assembly, kung saan ang mga molecular or nanostructures ay nag-organize o nag-aayos ng kanilang sarili para makakreate ng mas malaking structure. Mahalaga yung bottom-up approach sa nanomanufacturing dahil nagbibigay ito ng higher control over details and greater prevision sa pagbuo ng nanomaterials at mga nanodevices. Next is the top-down fabrication. It trims down large pieces of materials into nanoscale. This process needs larger amounts of materials and discards excess raw materials. Ang top-down fabrication is also a method kung saan malalaking structures or components ay hinahati or inuukit from larger to smaller scales. Ito naman nagsisimula sa mas malaking unit and involves the removal or carving away of material to progressively create smaller units. Example of top-down approach ay ang lithography, kung saan ang large materials is coated with a resist or exposed to a pattern. Pagkatapos ay inaalis o inaaksaya na yung bahaging hindi na kailangan, leaving the desired structure or pattern. So, ang top-down fabrication is a fundamental aspect of nanomanufacturing at ginagamit ito to create smaller and higher resolution structures tulad ng microchips in electronics and other nano devices. Next, the new approaches to the assembly of nanomaterials. We have the deep pen lithography, self-assembly, chemical vapor deposition, nano-imprint lithography, molecular beam epitaxy, roll-to-roll processing, and atomic layer epitaxy. We will discuss first the deep pen lithography. Deep pen lithography, it is a method in which the tip of an atomic force microscope is dipped into a chemical fluid and then utilized to write on a surface, like an old-fashioned ink pen onto paper. This loaded with molecular ink is brought into contact with a substrate to create patterns or designs on the nanoscale. Yung tip is typically made of materials such as silicone or other high-resolution materials. Maaaring magamit ang deep pen lithography para sa precise fabrication ng nanostructures tulad ng molecular arrays o mga surface patterns. Isa din ito ang flexible na pamamaraan to provide high control in the creation of nanomaterials and nanodevices. Next, the self-assembly. Self-assembly is a set of processes where different elements are brought together without intervention to form a structure, kung saan ang mga molecular o nanostructures ay nag-organize o nag-aayos ng kanilang sarili to form larger structures or networks. Instead na gawing mano-mano ang pag-aayos ng mga components, hinahayaan ito ng mga self-assembly na mag-interact at mag-organize based on their inherent forces and behaviors. Isa din itong mahalagang concept sa larangan ng nanomanufacturing dahil nagbibigay ito ng paraan to create intricate nanostructures ng epektibo at mabilis. Pwede din gamitin ng self-assembly sa pagbuo ng mga nanomaterials tulad ng nanotubes, nanowires, at iba pang nanostructures with specific characteristics and performance properties. Next is chemical vapor deposition. Ang chemical vapor deposition sa nanomaterials is a technique used to produce thin films or various types of nanomaterials by introducing gases or chemicals onto a substrate. Sa process na ito, ang mga gas na naglalaman ng mga precursor of the material ay inilalagay sa mainit na kapaligiran at pagkatapos ang mga ito ay nag-uumpisa ng magpo-form a solid or film sa ibabaw ng substrate. The controlled performance and high quality products ay ilan sa mga dahilan kung bakit ito a well-known method sa pag-produce o pagbuo ng nanomaterials. Next is the nano-imprint lithography. Nano-imprint lithography, a nanoscale stamping process where features are imprinted onto a surface. Sa nanomaterials ay isa siyang lithography technique kung saan ang isang template o mold with extremely small details ay iniipit sa isang material upang gumawa ng mga nanostructures sa ibabaw ng substrate. Sa process na to, yung template ay iniipit sa material at ito'y iniinit tapos isusquids para ma-imprint yung design papunta dun sa template. Nano-imprint lithography, known for its high resolution and rapid production of nanostructures. Ginagamit din ito sa iba't ibang applications tulad ng electronics, photonics at biotechnology for creating precise patterns on the nanoscale. Next, we have the molecular beam epitaxy. Molecular beam epitaxy, a process used to deposit thin films sa nanomaterials, ay isa siyang advanced method of depositing layers of atoms or molecules ng isang layer sa pagkakasunod-sunod sa isang substrate. Sa pamamagitan ng molecular beam epitaxy, maaaring makontrol ng maayos yung pagkakalagay ng bawat atom o molecules during the layer growth process is achieved. Sa simpleng paraan, ang molecular beam epitaxy ay nangangailangan ng high vacuum conditions at itatransfer ang mga atoms o molecules mula sa isang source to the substrate. Ginagamit ito to fabricate precise nanostructures tulad ng mga quantum dots at ultra-thin films sa field of nanomaterials and nanodevices. Next is the roll-to-roll processing. Roll-to-roll processing sa nanomaterials is a method of continuous manufacturing kung saan ang material ay nilalabas sa isang roll or coil at dumadaan sa iba't ibang stages of production while continuously progressing from one coil to another. Commonly, ginagamit ito sa mass production due to its efficiency. Pwede din ito gamitin sa pagbuo ng mga flexible electronics, solar cells, at iba pang mga nano devices. This method enables fast and cost-effective production of nanomaterials with nanoscale features. And lastly, the atomic layer epitaxy. Atomic layer epitaxy, it is a means for laying down one atom thick layers on a surface. It is a epitaxial growth technique kung saan ang mga materyales ay nilalagyan o deposited ng isang atom o isang molecular sa bawat layer. Kasi itong method nagpo-provide high control over the growth environment para ma-ensure na bawat layer is precisely deposited before the next one. Distinct features of nanoscale. Scale at which much biology occurs, various activities of the cells take place at the nanoscale. The deoxyribonucleic acid or DNA serves as the genetic material of the cell and is only about 2 nanometers in diameters. Furthermore, the hemoglobin that transports oxygen to the tissues throughout the body is 5.5 nanometers in diameter. Maraming modernong researches focus on advancing procedures, therapies, tools, and treatment na mas maayos at more accurate na ginagawa kaysa sa traditional na paraan. An example of this is biobarcode assay, ay isang relative na abot kayang paraan for identification of specific disease makers in the blood kahit na sila ay nasa maliit na bilang sa isang particular na sample. Next, scale at which quantum affects properties of materials. Particles with dimension of 1 to 100 nanometers have properties that are significantly discrete from particles of bigger dimensions. Quantum effects become increasingly significant at the nanoscale. In larger materials, quantum effects are often overaged out. But with particles ranging 1 to 100 nanometers, mas na-emphasize ang mga distinct na quantum states. This can lead to unique electronic, optical, at magnetic characteristics na ginagamit sa mga application ng nanotechnology. Ang quantum effect refers to the behaviors and phenomena exhibited by particles at a quantum or very small scale. Yun yung quantum effect. The last is nanoscale materials have far large surface areas than similar masses of larger scale materials. As we increase the surface area per mass of a particular material, a greater amount of the material comes in contact with another material and can affect its reactivity. Kapag binawasan ng mga materials sa nanoscale, mas mabilis ang pagtaas ng kanilang lawak ng surface area compared to the same mass at a larger scale. Ito ay dahil sa pagtataas ng ratio of surface area to volume. A larger surface area allows for more interactions with surrounding materials. Kaya't ang nanomaterials ay napaka-reactive at suitable for applications tulad ng catalyst and sensor.
I will be the next reporter and I will be discussing the benefits and concerns of using nanotechnology. Nanotechnology has various applications in different sectors of the society and environment. Salamanca Buentello ETAL 2005 proposed an initiative called Addressing Global Challenges Using Nanotechnology to accelerate the use of nanotechnology to address critical sustainable development challenges. This statement highlights the versatility of nanotechnology, emphasizing its diverse applications across different societal sectors and environmental domains. Salamanca Bentello and colleagues in their 2005 initiative aim to expedite the integration of nanotechnology into addressing key sustainable development challenges. This suggests a recognition of nanotechnology's potential to provide innovative solutions in areas such as healthcare, energy, and environmental sustainability. The initiative likely aimed to promote the responsible and effective use of nanotechnology to tackle pressing global issues. However, there are concerns that need to be addressed before using and promoting materials derived from nanotechnology. First is nanotechnology is not a single technology, it may become pervasive. Second, the nanotechnology seeks to develop new materials with specific properties. Third, nanotechnology may introduce new efficiencies and paradigms which may take some natural resources and current practices uncompetitive or obsolete. Fourth, it may be complicated to detect its presence unless one has the specialist tools of nanotechnology. Nanotechnology presents incredible benefits, allowing precise manipulation at the atomic and molecular levels. Striking a balance between harnessing its advantages and addressing associated challenges is crucial for the sustainable development of nanotechnology. So here are some advantages of the nano world. First is the manufacturing. Nanotechnology is already making new materials available that could revolutionize many areas of manufacturing. So, nano manufacturing involves producing materials and devices at the nanoscale. Techniques include top-down processes like lithography, where larger structures are reduced in size, and bottom-up methods like self-assembly, building from the molecular or atomic components. This precision enables the creations of advanced materials, nanoelectronics, and nanomedicine, revolutionizing various industries with improved performance and functionality. Next is the energy. Nanotechnology may transform the ways in which we obtain and use energy. So, in nanotechnology, energy-related applications are diverse. Nanomaterials enhance energy storage and conversion devices like batteries and solar cells by improving efficiency and performance. Nanotechnology is also utilized in developing more efficient catalysts for energy production processes, such as fuel cells. Additionally, nanostructures materials enable advancements in energy-efficient lighting and improved insulation, contributing to sustainability efforts and addressing energy challenges. Next is the electronics and computing. The field of electronics is said to be revolutionized by nanotechnology. So, nanotechnology significantly impacts electronics and computing by enabling the creations of smaller, more powerful components. The miniaturization of transistors and circuits at the nanoscales enhances the performance of electronic devices, leading to faster and more energy-efficient computers. Nanoelectronics involves the use of nanomaterials such as carbon nanotubes and graphene to construct components with unique electrical properties. Quantum computing, a frontier in computing technology, leverages principles of nanoscale physics to process information at unprecedented speed. Overall, nanotechnology plays a crucial role in advancing the capabilities of electronics devices and computing systems. Lastly is the medicine. Nanotechnology has the potential to bring major advances in medicine. So, nanotechnology in medicine, often referred to as nanomedicine, offers innovative approaches for diagnosis, treatment, and drug delivery. Nanoscales, materials, and devices enables targeted drug delivery, minimizing side effects and improving therapeutic efficacy. Diagnostic techniques benefit from nanoscales imaging agents that enhance precision and sensitivity. Additionally, nanomaterials can be designed for use in medical imaging such as contrast agents in MRI. The field of theranostics combines diagnostics and therapy, showcasing the potential of nanotechnology to revolutionize personalized medicine by tailoring treatments based on individual patients' needs. Disadvantage of the nanoworld. Environmental effects. Some of the more extravagant negative future scenarios have been debunked by experts in nanotechnology. Nanotechnology's environmental effects are a subject of concern and study. While it offers solutions for environmental challenges, there are potential risks. Nanoparticles, if released into the environment, may have unknown ecological impacts. Understanding and controlling these particles are crucial to prevent harm to ecosystems. Responsible development and regulations are essential to harness the benefits of nanotechnology while minimizing potential adverse environmental effects. Next is the economic upheaval. It is likely that nanotechnology, like other technologies before it, will cause major changes in many economic areas. Nanotechnology can lead to economic upheaval by fostering innovations, creating new industries, and enhancing existing ones. Investments in nanotechnology research and development stimulate economic growth, job creation, and global competitiveness. However, economic challenges may arise due to the need for substantial initial investments, potential job displacement in traditional industries, and the necessity for skilled labor. Striking a balance between reaping the economic benefits and addressing potential disruptions is crucial for harnessing the full potential of nanotechnology in a sustainable and inclusive manner. The last one is the privacy and security. Nanotechnology raises the possibility of microscopic recording devices which would be virtually indetectable. Smart bullet, a computerized bullet that could be controlled and aimed very accurately. Privacy and security concerns in nanotechnology primarily revolve around the potential issues of nano devices for surveillance or unauthorized data collection. Miniaturized sensors at the nanoscales could raise issues related to privacy infringement if used without proper regulations. Additionally, nanotechnology applications in fields like medicine may involve collecting personal health data at a very detailed level, necessitating robust privacy safeguards. Security concerns also include the potential for malicious uses of nanotechnology, such as developing nanomaterials for harmful purposes. Ethical considerations and stringent regulations are vital to ensure the responsible development and deployment of nanotechnological innovations. So that would be all. Thank you.